Hello, my friends. Today, we embark on a magnificent adventure, one filled with wisdom, ambition, and the rise of an ancient legacy. This isn't just the story of a king, it's the story of an idea that changed the world forever. So get ready, as we travel back in time to the cradle of civilization, ancient Mesopotamia, where we meet the man who gave humanity one of its earliest and greatest gifts, the concept of justice. This is the story of King Hammurabi, the ruler, the visionary, the lawgiver. In the heart of Mesopotamia, between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, surrounded by fertile lands and restless neighbors, the city of Babylon was born. It was a small and remarkable city, at first overshadowed by powerful city-states like Larsa, Mari, and Ashur. But that was about to change, because a boy named Hammurabi was destined to turn Babylon into the beating heart of a mighty empire. Born around 1810 BC, Hammurabi grew up in a world where might ruled over right. Warfare, betrayal, and shifting alliances shaped the political landscape of Mesopotamia. But Hammurabi was different. He wasn't loud or impulsive, he was calm, calculated, and brilliant. Raised in the royal court, he received advanced education in law, religion, administration, and military tactics. When he became king in 1792 BC, Babylon was still far from being a dominant force. Yet Hammurabi knew that true power was not in conquest alone, but in preparation. He focused first on his own city, building canals, fortifying infrastructure, and organizing a strong and fair administration. He understood that strength must begin at home, with discipline, stability, and justice. And then, slowly but surely, he began to expand. City after city fell, not just through war, but through strategy, diplomacy, and intelligence. By 1760 BC, Hammurabi had united most of southern Mesopotamia under his banner, creating what historians now call the First Babylonian Empire, according to American historian Mark Van Demerup in his book King Hammurabi of Babylon, a biography. Hammurabi was not just a conqueror, he was a master of transforming enemies into allies and allies into loyal citizens. But Hammurabi's true legacy was yet to come, for it wasn't he the size of his empire that would echo through history, but the law he left behind. Sometime in the latter part of his reign, Hammurabi commissioned something the world had never seen before: a unified, written legal code, a set of 282 laws carved into a massive black basalt stele over 2 meters tall. It was written in Akkadian, the common language of the people, not an elite priestly language, so every citizen could understand it. This was revolutionary. The law was no longer a mystery, no longer controlled by the powerful or manipulated in private. Now, it was public, visible, permanent. As German Assyriologist Julius Aubert, who translated the stele in the 19th century, said, greater than in Hammurabi's code, we find not just laws, but a mind that understood justice as the foundation of civilization. Hammurabi's code addressed nearly every aspect of daily life: marriage, property, contracts, wages, crime, farming, commerce, even the responsibility of builders and doctors. One law stated, if a builder constructs a house and it collapses, killing the owner, the builder shall be put to death. Another, if a doctor performs a surgery that leads to death, his hand shall be cut off. To us, these may sound harsh, but in his time, they were a powerful message. No one, not even professionals, was above the law. At the top of the stele is a striking image. The sun god Shamash, the god of justice, hands Hammurabi a rod and a ring, symbols of divine authority. It was a powerful declaration. The king's authority comes from the heavens but is rooted in fairness on earth. The great historian Will Durant once wrote, in the story of civilization greater than Hammurabi established the greatest legal system of the ancient world. He was 2,000 years ahead of his time, maybe more. When Hammurabi died in 1750 BC, he left behind more than just territory. He left a legacy of order, accountability, and fairness. A vision where kings were not tyrants, but servants of the people. A world where justice could be carved in stone and applied to rich and poor alike. Today, over 3,700 years later, Hammurabi's name is still spoken. His stele is preserved in the Louvre Museum in Paris not just as an artifact, but as a monument to humanity's eternal struggle for justice. In the end, Hammurabi was more than a king. He was a symbol of law before laws had names. He ruled with a sword in one hand and a code in the other. And he was the first to proclaim that justice shall rule over all. Enjoy.